Hello Turquoise Driver. This video is going to go over LoadStop training. LoadStop is an app that you can use on a tablet or phone that will give you dispatch information about your load, and you'll use to give us paperwork about that same load. LoadStop is an app, so you're going to need to know what your device is running in order to install it. So for iPads and iPhones, you're going to want to go to the App Store. For an Android device like Samsung, LG, etc., you want to go to the Google Play Store and you look up LoadStop Driver. LoadStop, one word. Once you install it, you should see this screen. You're going to get a sign in button that's blue on the left and a sign up button that's gray on the right. Once you sign up, and if you're a new user, you're going to tap that gray sign up button. Once you sign up, you can sign into any device. So let's say you start off on a phone and you're following this video, but down the road you need to use a tablet or what have you. Since you're already signed up with an account, all you have to do is sign in with that new device and that will work for you. A lot of drivers we see follow along with training, or they go with multiple devices and they sign up twice. Now, the system won't allow you to do that. If you do, it'll give you some message like, this phone number is already in use. Something like that. Because it is. You've already signed up. So just remember, once you sign up, you only need to do it once, regardless of how many devices you use LoadStop on. So let's say you've already signed up before. We're just going to briefly go over the sign in screen. So if you tap the sign in button, you're going to need to put in your phone number, the same one you signed up with, the same one that's in our system, and you sign in. It's that simple. Sign up screen. Put in your first name, your last name, and your cell number. You don't need the MC number. All you need is your first name, your last name, and your cell number. Now the cell number is important. If you're installing this on a tablet, you're going to want your cell phone with you, and you're going to want to use a phone number that can get text messages. After you sign up, you're going to get a confirmation code from something called Truck Chatter. Here on the screen you can see whatever their number is and they sent you a code. It's a 4-digit code, type it in, and tap confirm. If you don't get the code, you can tap resend code and it'll send you another one. Give it about 30 seconds. If you don't get anything after that, maybe you used the wrong phone number and you have to go back by tapping back to restart the process by signing up again. If you're installing LoadStop on a new device, it might ask you permissions for your location. Now in the past I've told drivers you don't need your location, but some drivers have told me that the app pretty much breaks if you don't allow it to get your location. So here in this instance on an iPhone, you would say allow while using the app and it'll get your location. This is the main screen of the app. It's called the dashboard. You have 3 tabs at the top: pending, active, and history. Now in this example, we're going to send you a training load. And on the screen, it is going from Turquoise Trucking to Jones Dairy Farm in Wisconsin. So this is the pending tab. You can see the top, there's a little line underneath it. That means that's the tab you're on. So you can have many pending loads. So what we do here is you either tap accept or tap reject. If you tap reject, be sure your dispatcher knows what's going on. Don't just reject loads. So from here, if you want to do anything else with the load, you have to tap accept, the green button. Now it may be subtle, but that pending load that you accepted has now become your active load. It moved over from pending to active. LoadStop can only ever have one active load at a time. So from here, if you want to do anything else, you tap anywhere in that load window where it says load 20432. So tap anywhere in there and you'll go into the load details. So I've been told my training is a little outdated because now there are 4 buttons at the top instead of 3. So what we have here is the shipment details of the load. You can see details is underlined. It'll show you your truck and trailer. For now, they're just training truck and trailers. Your distance. You'll have 4 buttons: moving, pause, drop trailer, and complete shipment. So moving is by default. You don't have to mess with these buttons except for at the end. So don't worry about those right now. You'll see your first pickup, and it's kind of cut off, but you can scroll. So your first pickup here says Turquoise Trucking. It has your pickup number in blue just underneath it. Very important. It has the quantity, the weight, the commodity, which is cheese stuff, and instructions. So anything else regarding the load, like phone numbers, maybe directions, we'll put in the instructions field. I've scrolled down the details a bit, and now you can see the first stop completely. It says first come, first serve, and it gives a time range, and it has buttons. Don't worry about the buttons. Just let your dispatcher know things like when you arrive somewhere, your ETA, stuff like that. Communication is key, so make sure your dispatcher knows these details. You can text them, you can call them. Don't worry about the buttons. The time, it says first come, first serve, and the time. By default, everything is first come, first serve in the software, even though it might not be in real life. It might not say that on the Raycon. The broker might not have said it. So just the important part is the time should be accurate, so look for those. So I've scrolled down all the way now, and you can see the second stop, which is in Wisconsin. Same information as above, except you get a delivery number instead of a pickup. Same thing with the buttons. Don't worry about them. So let's say you've delivered to your last stop and you have a signed BOL in your hand. This is how you send us the paperwork. Once you tap Documents at the top, you'll see this big blank screen except for a green button at the bottom. Tap that and it'll ask you, depending on your device, if you want to take a photo or maybe use one you've already taken, like say from a library. We want you to take a photo. Also, if this is a new device, it might ask you for permissions to allow LoadStop driver to use your camera. Just tap allow, until you get to a screen where you can take a photo. So at this point, you're taking a photo. It's pretty self-explanatory. In the screen here, you can see I've raised the device up high enough that I can fit more than the document in the frame. Now that's pretty important. Newer devices, you won't have to tap anything. It might show you a blue outline like it does here, and it might take the photo automatically. Other devices, you're going to have to tap the, well, in this case, a big circle button to take a photo. Make sure there's enough light. Make sure there's nothing casting shadows on the document. And make sure it's high enough up that it gets a bit of the background around it. Also important, if there are multiple pages, you can take multiple pictures. So if the BOL says page 1 of 3, make sure you take 3 pictures. Make sure it's all the pages of the BOL, because later on, we're probably going to be asked, where's the other pages? So if there's multiple pages, take multiple pictures. So at this point, your screen looks something like this. You have the document you took a photo of, and in order to share it with us, you tap the big blue button at the bottom right. It looks like a square with an arrow pointing up. LoadStop is going to ask you what this document is. Either it's a BOL, a lumper, or a scale ticket. So here it's a BOL. So tap BOL, then tap the green Upload Document button. So this will just show you that you're successful in uploading your photo. You can view the document again, or tap Cancel to go back to the load. So here you would tap Cancel. This prompt depends on what kind of device you have. Now that you've uploaded your document, you can either tap the blue pencil to edit it or the red trash can to delete it. I'm not going to go over how to edit because usually when there is a problem with paperwork, we will have you use a totally different application. So you've delivered to your last stop. You've sent us the bill of lading. Now it's time to close out the shipment. So from the screen you're on, tap Details at the top and tap the big Complete Shipment button. Here you see the prompt reads, this will mark the entire shipment as complete. Are you sure you want to complete shipment? Tap Yes. And that's it. You can see Completed on the top. And if you tap back where it says Dashboard, you'll get to the previous screen where you started that has the Pending, Active, and History tabs. So on your dashboard now, that load you just did has moved to history, and you'll have all your new loads in pending. So that's the workflow of LoadStop. You get a pending load, you tap Accept. That becomes your active load. You drive. Once you get your signed BOL, your last stop, upload it, tap complete shipment. That active load goes to history. Rinse, repeat. So one question we had was, what happens if the load falls through? For one reason or another, something comes up and you can't complete it. It sounds weird, but in order to remove that active load from your system, you have to complete it. So even though you might not physically be able to do the load, you have to tap complete shipment in order to move it from active load to history. What if a load has MacroPoint or an in-house app like Convoy and I can only track one device? When in doubt, always go with whatever the broker requires, especially for cases like MacroPoint or for loads from Convoy. If you fail to track with their apps, there's usually a penalty we have to pay for. LoadStop Driver isn't sideways when I mount the tablet to the truck. Why? Sadly, the app doesn't support changing orientation from portrait, vertical, to landscape, horizontal. We've put in requests for them to add this feature in the future.